Okay, so day 3 of my diary. Didn't start too well this morning. Fortunately, I was doing trades while the wife was sleeping, so I couldn't really cut the microphone on. But I put a little trade on some Australian football this morning, Melbourne City, Perth, and it didn't come all the way I wanted it to. It's a losing trade. So anyway, that wasn't part of my usual routine. I would have a look for games. It was just a game that was trading this morning. I thought, oh, try a few things out. Anyway, it didn't come off. So here I am, usual trading games. Again, gone through the same routine. So updated my CGM bets. Gone for matches over 2.5 with odds between 1 and 1.85. I put my leagues in. I don't like trading in lower leagues. The quality isn't there. So the Championship, League One, no offence to anyone who's reading this and supporting like that. It's just that the better players play in the top leagues, and the better players you get goals. And that's just my philosophy, and that's why I only trade the top leagues in Europe. So, there's no FA Cup games on here. CGM Best doesn't do FA Cup games. The FA Cup can be a bit of a lottery. You can get the little teams beating the big teams, hammering the little teams. Not much opportunity for trading. So, but I've got a couple of games from the FA Cup today that I've looked at, and I think depends how it goes, I suppose. I'll wait to see the game goes. Anyway, so I've got, I think it's 20 games here. So all the games today. If I take my filter off, click refresh. With it being a Saturday, it's gonna chuck up a lot of games. So you guarantee all the leagues on the left hand side. That's what leagues, and it's every game is playing today within them leagues. So as you can see, I've only got my on as well. So if I went to go all leagues, I wonder why there wasn't as many games there. This will give me all the games, so yeah, 100 games. See down here the filter, 100 games. Yeah, you can actually take a pick off, so if you wanted to, you check all 100 games out. Wait for it to load up. It's 100 games, it's going to take a while. A long while. So this is that's supported by CGM bets from these leagues. So as you can see, you got the Conference, League 2, League 1, Bundesliga, League 2, Serie B, the Israeli, I think it's Israel, Israeli Premier League, German Third League, Australian A League, Turkish Super League, every game, Spanish, Scotland, I think it's Hungary, that one, yeah, Hungary, French League 1. So you get the picture. There's 100 games here today. I was playing today due to being the FA Cup, and some of the leagues played yesterday as well at the Dutch League, something like that. There's 100 games today. 100 games is too much for me to trade. I mean, each preference of their own. So what I tend to do is I just look for, because I want goals now. If you look on Here it gives you the averages, so these are for the filters here if you want to look for the filters here. Then it gives you home and away odds. So for instance, this team here, who I'm not even going to try and pronounce, so like Zioness or whatever they are, by Jerusalem. This team here is the favourite. They're at 1.17, draws 5.5, and for away win it's 14.0. Doesn't give you any overs and unders information, so how accurate that is I don't know. But I tend to look for games. So first one, for instance, this Central Coast against Brisbane Roar. The overs market is 1.6. So was the one I traded on this morning, but I didn't get any goals in the time period. So yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. So what I tend to do is I tend to filter some games out. I tend to, if you go here, you can set your own leagues up. So if you go into settings here, give it a second, it will work. There you go. Right, these are the leagues I've selected, and it's quite easy. So all you do, if I wanted to add another league in, I wanted to add Bundesliga 2 in, for instance, I just highlight it up. It gives you all the teams. So I can put teams in at once. So if I know there's certain teams that score a lot of goals, I can put them in. So I could say put Nuremberg in, and I can start looking for teams that way. Or I could just add them into the league here. So I can add the whole league in, and it will scatter every game from that league. So these leagues I've got selected: the Premier League, the Italian Serie A, the Spanish Premier League, the Premier Division, French Ligue 1, Bundesliga, the Austrian Bundesliga, quite a few goals in that, Greek Super League, the Dutch, Eredivisie, Portuguese Premier League, Scottish Premier League, and the Turkish Super League. They're all top leagues in Europe. I don't think I missed any out. If I have, you know. That's what I pick. Okay, so I go to upcoming, and these are all the games from every league, and then I got my league selected in here. So I click refresh, and that then will bring up all the games. It should be a little bit quicker because there's not so many games. So here you go. So that's all the games from the leagues I picked. And then what I tend to do is then I'll filter down even further. So I only want, for instance, odds. I want my odds to be, I want the over 2.5 odds, and I want them to be between 1 and 1.85. That tells me there's going to be goals, or the market thinks there's going to be goals in the game. And then I click the apply button here, and that then gives me everything between 1 and 1.85. The over 2.5 market. So okay, then what I'll do then is I'll break these games down. So I'll go to Spal and Bologna, they kick off at 2 o'clock, and then I click what you call the head-to-head here. Then I'll go home and away again, and that tells me how each team's done at home this season, how each team's done away. Now you could also break that down to the last 5, 10, last 3 seasons, last 2 seasons, or whatever, or all seasons. For the current season, transfers of players, people losing players, you tend not to get the variance from season to season, but this season you should tend to get the variance. And what I find here is that Spal struggled to score goals at home. On average, he scored less than a goal a game. And if you're looking at here, you can see there's at least, out of how many games are there? 5, 7, 9 games. 9. They have a third of them games have ended with no goals being scored. 4 of them games have ended with only 1 goal, and they've only scored 2 goals twice. Amazing enough against Lazio and Atlanta, to the top, or better sides in the Serie A, I should say. So they tend to struggle. and at the same time they concede at least a goal a game. Okay, and again you could break that down further. This considers 3 against Lecce, 3 against Atalanta, but on the whole it's 2 against Verona, but on the whole it's an average of just over 1 goal a game. Okay, Torino, they scored just over a goal a game. So you look at Bologna, they score on average away from home 1.4 goals a game, and they concede 1.7. Immediately looking at this game, it doesn't look like there's going to be many goals. You're looking here, they've lost 1-0, they scored 3 against Lecce, 2 against Napoli, which is no mean feat. But there's not going to be many goals in the game. You could look at the tables. So this is Spal against Bologna. And there you go, Spal, and there's Bologna. Spal the home. So if you've watched any of the videos, and if you're watching the video, what I tend to do now is look how the home team's done against the teams around where the opponents are based. So Bologna in 12. So what I'll do is look how Spal have done at home against teams around them. So for instance, let me just check I've got every game here. So let's take Verona. Spal beat Verona at home. They lost 2-0. Against Napoli they drew 1-1. They haven't really played anybody else. And you can see, even if you with a gander of the greens the win, yellows a draw, and reds a defeat, they haven't really beaten any of the sides around them either. They struggle against teams around them. But if you look at like Parma, for instance, they beat Parma 1-0. And then third in the table Lazio, they beat 2-1. They're a bit of a funny side, so they think they can tend to bring the game up for the bigger sides, but I'm not sure they've got the fight for the teams around them. And they're currently sitting in Genoa at the bottom of the league, they drew 1-1 with. So that doesn't really fill me with any confidence of Spal. I'm going to do anything. Okay, when you look at Bologna away record, they're not doing quite badly at it, so it sounds like Bologna have got a good chance of winning this game away from home. So I'll take, there's Spal. So I'll take the Lecce game. They won 3-2. The Brescia game, let's check all the games here. They 4-3, and the Genoa game, they drew 0-0. And when I look at the, you can see there they can see 30 goals in 20 games. That's well over a goal game. And you can see from the screenshot before, from the upcoming matches screen, so at home and away, you can see that Donny's got a goal a game. Bologna, they do score just over a goal a game, but they also concede. Yeah, it's not really a match that fills me with a lot of confidence, to be honest. The only thing I am filled with is that if you look how they're against Lecce 3-2, Brescia 4-3. I think they're going to score. I do think they're going to score a goal. Look how they do in the first half of the games. Bologna, they've only scored 11 goals and conceded 15 in the first half of games, while Spal scored 7, not a lot in 20 games, and conceded 13. Second half of games, Stevens of Bologna, they scored 18, conceded 17. Spal conceded a lot of goals in the second half of games. So yeah, I'll look how that one was playing. looking, it looks as if Bologna is actually going to win. It's probably going to be a 1 or a 2-0. Spal struggled to score against teams around them as well. So yeah, I'm looking at that to be an away win, and probably we're looking at 1 or 2-0. And that one kicks off 2 o'clock. So then I'll do that for all the games. So what I'll do is now I'll come back once I've done all my games. Okay. Sorry about that. I just had a message off. Actually put a link to the channel. Right. Okay. So I've gone through my my list of games that I had, and I through them. And I think we traded about 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. Sorry. So out of that whole list, I had 100 games. Just really narrowed it down to 10. But I'm going to trade. And if I click on League and Teams here, and I go to my games, and I click refresh, I should only get my games up there now. Okay, that's my games. So, I've just put anything down. It looks like there's going to be over 2. Anything that I don't think there's going to be any goals in, I've kept off the list. So I show you, as you can see, there over 4 goals. I think Celtic is going to thump Ross County. They've played already once a season. They've won 6-1. So yeah, they're as you can see, they're really averaging probably about Monaco 1. Sorry, Herivian game is Alkmaar. Currently averaging 1.5, 1.7 is the Monaco game is one we're looking at 1.7. The rest of them are quite low odds on over 2.5 goals. So we're looking at the odds for under 2.5 as well. Monaco are less than even, so so yeah, they've that's probably a game that I trade with caution. Rest of them, I'm quite happy that I've got the right mix there. To go into that, we've also got some FA Cup games that I've looked at. Just pull the screen over to the middle here, and you can see I've got just the games where I think the score's going to be scored. Again, review with Con. Just on this flash scores, there's a list of games that I'm going to be trading today. So I'll be using flash scores. I'm using the stat site on the flash scores. So for those who, I've got access to live, but to get, this is the quickest way I think of actually knowing what's actually going on in the game. So yeah, that's my games for today. I'll pause it for now, and I'm going to wait until 2 o'clock. Actually, no, sorry, I lied. What I'm going to do is shorten that a minute. And I'm going to start putting these games into the Angel? Should I wait? Yeah, I'm gonna have to, just in case, really. No, I won't bother. Okay, I'll pause now and wait for the game to start. Just want to bring, if anyone is watching these videos as a first time trader and they see cup games, especially the FA Cup or the Carling Cup or Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it nowadays, and you see a lower league team. So take this game that I've got on the screen now, Brentford and Leicester. Leicester are flying high, third in the Premier League. I'm not sure Brentford are in the league, League 1 or League 2. Could even be Championship, I don't know. But starting lineups is quite key. And I just want to bring this up. You can look on apps like FOTMob, which you can get on your mobile phone, or I think you probably be able to download it on the PC. I don't know. But FOTMob gives you previous games and, more importantly, the lineup. So they're going to put the strongest side out for the first team game. I just want to compare the Leicester team now compared to what now they're playing against Brentford. So the Leicester team against West Ham with Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Well, I think that's Danny Ward in goal. They have Ricardo Pereira at right back. So there's Justin now at right back. There's Soyuncu and Johnny Evans in the middle of the park. They've got Wes Morgan and Soyuncu. And then they have Ben Chilwell at full back. And they've got Christian Fuchs playing there now. Middle of the park, they had Mendy. So he's not playing. Ayoze Perez, they played him on the left, sorry, on the right hand side of the midfield. They're playing him now behind Iheanacho, but they played Tielemans and James Maddison and Harvey Barnes. They're three of their most inventive players. Well, the three players there. Tielemans is a box to box, and Maddison and Harvey Barnes, they're the main creators in midfield. Harvey Barnes playing on the left hand side. You see they're playing Marco Brighton, Ayoze Perez and Demarai Gray, and of course they have Jamie Vardy up front, and they're playing Iheanacho. So they're not players They are players that are on the bench, but they're not players that they play in their strongest team. Whereas Brentford, I'm not looking at the Brentford side, but you get the point. Just it's something I've learned how to do. Just look out for the team list, the team sheet on games like this. Losing trade, Brentford Leicester, put on 10. Lost £8 on that one. Not a good start to Saturday. 2 losing trades, one in Australia, which was a bit of fun, but still lost money on it, and this one here, So, as I said, the FA Cup a bit poisonous, but I thought Leicester might have done something, but no, to be fair, second was a damn squid. And I should have stayed out, but I didn't. That's discipline, and I learned from that. Going for losing trade. Wow. This is one of my games from CGM Bets. Kazim Paza against Alian Aspo. Okay, I missed one because I've got a couple of signals. I want to see if I've done them right. So, signals are basically alerting me for goals. And then depending on how the match goes, what happens in the second half. Currently there's no minute. Just want to check what the game is running like. There doesn't seem to be many goals lately in Turkish football. I've not really had that many winning trades in Turkish football of late, so okay, talk about taking value at the market. Mine's has just gone 1 up away to Borussia Gladbach. So I'm gonna put a small back here to Borussia. 2.54. The odds before the game was roughly 6 to 1, I think, for Mines, and less than evens for Borussia Mönchengladbach. So obviously the favourites gone behind, and Borussia do score a lot of goals in the league. So let's see that takes us. Okay, Mines went a goal ahead, and Mönchengladbach favourites, and they score a lot of goals in their game so far. And as you can see, Mönchengladbach have just equalised. So what I'm going to do now is a back man, and hopefully if I take my profit out. Yeah, I'm going to take my green out now, or my red out, sorry, my liability on the game. I still think Mönchengladbach will score, but I want to protect my bank at the same time. So as you can see now, if Mönchengladbach go on to win, I win £15.80. But if it ends up being a draw, or Mines win or draw, I don't lose my money. So it's a free bet basically now, free trade. And that's what Mönchengladbach can get there. So it's an extra. Some people say will take the green, but there's still a whole half to go, and there's still half of the first half. Once, if another goal goes in, that'll go up, and I'll probably take the green down. But right now, I've got £6, £7 profit to make. So yeah, I'll leave it as it is. Just another one I'm just started to search on is the Red Bull Leipzig game. See if I can get the stats up pretty quick on this one. Flash goals is pretty slow today. Last, flick on to statistics. I'll wait another half an hour. It's either my internet, right? Okay. See this now. Possession in the first half. Goals attempt 7. Shots on goal 3. Shots off goal 3. Block shots 1. Dangerous attack 16. Attacks 57. That tells me this team is about to score in the first half. I was just waiting to get my, let's get back onto Google here. Let's get back on the game. I was waiting for that. It's 1.84 to leave the half-time draw, so I'm going to go into that now. Yeah, I'm not too, it is half-time. I'm not going to go too seconds. Okay, so I've laid the half-time draw in the Leipzig game. They're all over Frankfurt, top of the German league. The odds before the game: Frankfurt 3.9, Leipzig 1.7. So, and they're all over them. They score a lot of goals, Leipzig. So let's see how that one turns out. Let's hope I get a nice little trade on that one as well. I took a kick against Ross County. I was expecting goals, over 4 goals in that game. So, 10 quid. Gives me a £5 liability. You just never know. Say at this stage, at this stage, any small help just helps build the bank up a little bit. So, yeah, just fade that one off. Mönchengladbach nearly scored, I think, a minute ago as well. Must have been offside or VAR, I don't know. But yeah, it's looking okay. Okay, end of the first half of the games, and I think I know it hasn't happened. It's half time at the Red Bull Leipzig. That's a losing trade again. Still, I had to go for it, and I just wanted to. When I look back on this, that is statistics for the first half. I finally get him up. Oh my god, so slow today. 12 attempts, 3 shots and goals, 6 off shot. They were battering them. I just, by the looks of things, it was defence against attack. But it wasn't to be, so never mind. We'll move on. Okay, I've got the Turkish game. Kasimpasa, another one on my list. 56 minutes gone. There's been some, which is why I put my bet on. So let's see how that one gets on. Also got the Ross Celtic game. 18 minutes gone, 0-0. Gotta admit, I was expecting a bit more than that. And Mönchengladbach in his mind, that's still 1-1. But I've traded out. Well, I'm not traded out of it, but I've removed my red in that game. So I'll be looking at the Paderborn Freiburg game, and the Leipzig game in the second half. Yeah, yeah, to be honest, that Leipzig game, you gotta see opportunities like that and go for it. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So that one obviously didn't. But I say we'll move on. I'll forget about that. Move on. Okay, I've just had a penalty in the game by Kasim Pasa, and as you can see, it's been scored. So all I'm going to do is £2.63 to give me at the moment. All I'm going to do is just take out my red, and that'll give me 4.90, which or 5.10. I'll take the 3, so I'll take that. And let me just get that a bit more even. Okay, so in the game, but still, green's green, and it's a winning trade. So yeah, even though it's a winning trade, and as mistakes go up, so will the profits. So yeah, let's keep building them up a little bit. Okay, there was a spate of goals in Germany before I could get my trade gone. Leipzig match, the goal scored it. We're going to make that 3 minutes earlier. And Freiburg game against Paderborn. That had an early goal where I got my trade on, so that's been binned. I'm left with the 2 teams, 3 trades. Mönchengladbach, I've removed all my ability from that one. I'm waiting for Mönchengladbach to score. And then I put them over 3.5 ish. And shots on goal. I'm expecting Mönchengladbach to. And the Celtic game, it's half time. It's 1-0 Celtic. So I'm hoping Celtic go on a second half rampage. But I'll see how the games. Might put that over 2.5. See what the on that one. As I said, do well on a Saturday. I don't know why. Let's see how this one gets on. I've got 7 minutes. Mönchengladbach game to get a goal. Hopefully to Mönchengladbach. We'll see how it goes from there. Okay, right, just it's a bit of a shit turnout really. 6. Anyway, I'm taking the green on that one. It's 76 minutes. Just turned 2-1. Rule is take green when the second trade gets matched. Better. And I've also wonder what this one is here. Right, yeah, I'm taking that as well. So the 2 trades are dead. When Mönchengladbach went 1-0 down, I backed them. I'll leave it on. I've gained 14 quid. 13 quid, say, should close to 13 on that one. and have gained 7 on the other, so it's 20 quid on Mönchengladbach. So I'm quite pleased with that. So I can now get rid of them 2 matches. And the Celtic game, I have over 4.5, so that's kicking on. Cal Crash goes is slow. I'm going to have a check on the Celtic game now, and I'll see if I'm going to put that trade on. The Celtic game's been quite poor. County they're playing, and second half there's just shy of 10 minutes gone. I think they would have got one by now, so I'm coming. Do you think they'll get another one? Who's they playing it for? Yeah, they're playing a full strength squad. I think they're playing a Ross County side who've got 9 at the quite hard to pay. So much of that back and go now. So I'm dubious of what to do with the Celtic game, whether to just take the loss and walk, or whether to go over 2.5 goals on it. Predicted goals, Celtic have scored 2, 3s, 4s and 5s, and they thrashed Ross County 6-1 at Celtic Park. Maybe that's on their mind, and maybe they didn't want another hiding. That it did last time, so there's no less getting hammered 6s, especially by the same team twice. So I think they learnt the lessons. They think they're 4-5-1. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the Celtic game, and then I'll see what I'm gonna do that one. Just want you to take a look. This is Celtic against. Before the game was 51.0 to win the game. Celtic were, I could say, pretty comfortable at 0-7-0. 1-0 is an hour gone, so that doesn't sound like a game. But when you look at statistics game, it's just one thing I should have looked at, and I at the beginning of the Celtic Park in the first game 6-1. And that tells me that one another, and this tells me that one another hiding. Now it's coming to an hour mark. I'm going to leave. It's obviously defense against attack. Celtic managed the second half. Pretty drab. Celtic coming up dark, and I think this game is probably starting now. They've had 3 corners. I think they're starting now to get into it. But to be honest, I think they'll be better up. So now Celtic, get rid of them. Okay, in the Cup, Tottenham, the Cup's been pretty disappointing really. Sheffield United now just grabbed the win at a 63rd minute goal against Millwall to break the deadlock. Tottenham against Southampton. But apart from that, there's not been many goals in the Cup. So, I'm going to take a break. I think my next game's at 5:30, which is in about an hour's time. So, I'll see you then. It's the FA Cup, last 10 minutes. Newcastle still draw at 0-0 at Oxford. So all I've got to draw at the Newcastle game, and Southampton are still losing 1-0 at home. Southampton, that's on the. Hold on, so I might have the. No, I've got suspended from effort, might be a goal. Southampton are in a good moment. They're both playing strong teams. Watch. So I've just laid Tottenham in the match odds market. I would have 1-0, but the odds. I think if I look at the correct score market, yeah, I'm not really happy laying that. So when Tottenham at 1.26. That comes down in the next couple of minutes, I might do, but let's see how them two get on. There's always a rule in the FA Cup. Last 10 minutes when the goals happen, so hopefully Newcastle or Oxford will put the deadlock in that one, and Southampton get an equaliser. In home anti, oh Sheffield United, it looks like they're going to score. Should have played that one, shouldn't I? Never mind. Get in! We should lead that now as well. Just move that one from here. This is the one I want. Right. Tottenham have just conceded the lead. It's 1-1. I'm cashing out that one before they score. So that's a Southampton comeback. I'm up in Newcastle. Let's see. Yeah, both sides played strong teams. Southampton. Okay, Newcastle finished. They're really home to Oxford. They played the strongest side as well, I think. Lost 6.70 on that one, but gained 7-0 on the overall. About a pound gained. Right, nothing all laughing matter, but still a good adventure. Last 7 minutes of the Cubs, I was worth a goal. Sheffield United scored, and Southampton scored, so yeah, I'll get it at the end, but you never know. So on to the evening kickoff. There's a game in Germany, Bayern Munich I want to have a look at, and there's a game in so I'll probably get back on later. Okay, it's my last trade of the day. Low because I've either gone out shots, that's life I suppose. There's one last one on my list. That's a 3-0 for Torino, trading it. But this Sparta down against Fortuna now. Sparta brought it down with the favourites. With the better side, I won. So back Sparta at 8. Come in. And then what I'm also going to do is wait with that one until about the 50th minute. So we'll see how we can. What's the odds of that? And it's 1.9 more, so I'll wait that to get to over 2s, and then I'll put on the over 2.5s. Okay, this Spam and Fortuna Sittard game. Still 1 minute gone on the clock. Added me second stake to the over 2. All my stake in. And I've also got market as well. I'm just waiting for a goal. So I can hopefully make a profit on it. You've got 10 minutes, so let's see what they can do. Finally, have I got a goal? That's pretty rubbish. Okay, let's go. Okay, so what I did there, I've taken my light and out of the match odds market, so back to Barton at 1-0 down. With moving match odds, I could get £7.50, but another goal goes in, I've got 24 quid. And I've also, on this one, you know what, I might as well take that. I've taken the green out of that one, so that's 8 quid. So £8 profit on that run to the end. So I can move that one. And let's see if Sparta can get another goal. Okay, coming into the last, well, it's, and still 1-1 between Sparta and Sittard. Question is, do I take the £2.67? That is an offer. Screen. It's the last minute probably. If they score now, I'll cry. But yeah, I have to take it. It's so. There you have it. That's my day's trading done on football. I'll post my daily total on the end, and I'll continue tomorrow. So when I review my trading for today, the first two, it cost me a bit, and it cost me 14 quid. That's eating into most of my profits today. They're the ones I'm probably, it's cost me 15 quid, so that's the learning ones. Leicester's in the cup, never bet on the FA Cup, last 10 minutes maybe. And Melbourne City, yeah, I don't even bet that league, it's not in rules. So that one there, them two there, I can't forgive myself for. What's 15 quid? Leipzig, I would have put that on again. I lost £8.30 on it, but I would have put that on again because the data was telling me to do it. So, and you know I was going to win more, but that was, the data was telling me to do that, so I don't regret that one. It's the first two I regret, and that's probably the only one. Made some nice profits on the map and the Mönchengladbach Mainz game. Lost 3 quid on the Celtic game, over 4.5 goals. They pretty disappointed today, Celtic. gained money on Southampton. Yeah, gained 766 on that one. Lost Castle game, but I would put that again. So, and then the last two, Sparta Rotterdam. I've made £9 on it. Maybe it could have been a bit more, but then again, I'm just being overcritical now with that one because I took my red out, and I would have done that again. So just the first two, I'm a bit gutted about the whole day's trading really. So I've come away with a profit, still a profit of £4. But if you work all day and just made £4, you'd be a little bit gutted. I made £7.84 on the soccer and the football, and I lost on the tennis like early hours in the morning, only £3.70. But I suppose it all helps. So yeah, to be honest, it's just them first two. It's a learning curve. Melbourne and Leicester game, should never put them on, but I did. So that's it.